Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to work on the remove button so that once the user clicks on it, it removes the product from the cart. So let me head on over to the project to work on it. In the cart.php, we need to add, remember we have here if statement that's going to check whether the user added a product to cart or not. And here what we need to do is that we need to say else if, and then we need to check if the remove button has been clicked or not. So here I'm going to say else if, and then here in this else if we can start working on removing a product. So we need to learn we need to know where is the product, where is the remove button. So here is the remove button, this remove button. So this remove button, we need to give it action and method. So the action is going to be the same page. I'm going to say cart.php, cart.php. And then we need a method. So the method is post request. We need to say post. And then what we want to do is that we want to give this input a name. I'm going to say name remove underscore btn. Now we can check whether this button clicked or not using if statement here. So here I'm going to say else if is set, and then post, if is set post, remove underscore btn, then we need to remove that product from the cart. However, we need to know which product. Therefore, here in this form, we need to pass the product ID, because only using the product ID we can remove a product. Therefore, here I'm going to say input, and then I'm going to say hidden, and then I'm going to store the product ID here in this hidden field. I'm going to say value. So the value is going to be PHP, and then I'm going to say echo, and then what I'm going to echo is that I'm going to echo the value, which is the product, and then we need the product ID. So we need to say product. Here we need to access the product ID. So the product ID will be stored in this field, and we need to give this field a name as well. We need to say here name is equal to product underscore ID. Now here in the if statement, we can access that product ID and we can remove it from the session. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to first access the product ID. I'm going to say product ID is equal to post, and then product ID. And then what we need to do is that we need to use this ID to remove the product from the cart. And to remove a product from the cart, we need to use the onset method. Onset, and then we pass the session, and then in that session we want to access the cart, and then we want to access that specific product. So we need to access the product ID. So this line of code would remove that product from the cart. Pretty simple. And that's it. We just return to the same page. So we just here display the same content. Nothing else we need to do. And else, we need to say here else and keep it empty for now. Pretty simple. Let's now test. Let me here click on file and then save all. And so let me now test. In order to test, first we need to refresh the page in order for the changes to take effect. I'm gonna refresh, and then I'm gonna click on remove. Let me click on remove, and boom, the product has been removed from the cart. So it worked successfully.